State-sponsored detentions are rising, and maritime ceasefires are collapsing as the global threat surface expands into theaters that often outpace traditional risk assessments. This briefing examines three critical focus areas: escalating domestic executive protection costs, systemic updates to international travel protocols, and the active kinetic conflict in the Gulf. Successfully managing these compounding risks is now the minimum requirement for maintaining operational continuity in high-threat environments. On July 14th, two sitting Supreme Court justices testified before Congress to defend a security budget request of nearly $230 million. The request includes more than $14 million specifically allocated for the residential protection of the justices and their families. Justice Amy Coney Barrett described the reality of wearing a bulletproof vest at home and credited her protective detail with de-escalating a swatting attack that brought armed police to her front door. Justice Elena Kagan cited the murder of Judge Esther Salas's son at the family home, noting that members of the judiciary continue to receive threats referencing the attack. This chart shows the escalating threat picture tracked by the US Marshals Service. After nearly 400 threats against federal judges in 2025, the service recorded 276 more by the midpoint of 2026. These figures highlight how invisible residential security measures bridge the gap between a managed incident and a fatal failure. International travel safety protocols are also shifting, as the State Department activates a new D indicator for global travel advisories. This map isolates the new D indicator, which flags countries where governments wrongfully detain U.S. nationals for leverage. This tracks state-level threats, distinct from the criminal K kidnapping indicator. 6 nations currently carry this flag: Burma, China, Iran, North Korea, Russia, and Venezuela. Security teams must update their kidnap, ransom, and extortion protocols to account for these specific state actors, as traditional risk models no longer provide adequate coverage. In the Gulf, the ceasefire framework has collapsed. The United States has now conducted strikes against Iranian targets for 9 consecutive nights. The conflict has resulted in 17 U.S. service member deaths and the disruption of Kuwait's primary desalination plant, which provides the country's drinking water. Washington is currently enforcing a naval blockade of Iranian ports, which has effectively halted guaranteed passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Secondary flashpoints include Houthi strikes on Saudi Arabia's Abha airport and high kidnap for ransom rates affecting staff in Nigeria, Niger, and Haiti. Operational alerts have also been issued for fraudulent bank transfers, which now require immediate reporting via Interpol's I-GRIP system, and for UK security training, following the removal of a major awarding body's credentials. For firms moving cargo or personnel through these corridors, sudden tactical shifts and heavy transit delays have become permanent standing conditions. The most critical protection operations are often the ones a client never sees working. When a security budget is questioned, clearly name the specific outcome the protection buys and let the number stand. To secure ongoing strategic briefings and maintain your operational advantage, subscribe to the Circuit magazine.